Sawadee Kap. I'm JP Mestanza. Welcome to Phuket Extra, brought to you by PVCPhuket.com. The Phuket Immigration Office is asking any foreigners staying on a non-immigrant B business visa who cannot satisfy the minimum income requirement for a one-year permit to stay to delay filing their annual application pending a possible temporary reprieve issued by officials in Bangkok. The news comes only after the issue was brought to the attention of the Phuket News, whereby many foreigners legally living and working on the island are no longer earning the same income as before the outbreak, and now face having their usual application for a one-year permit to stay being refused because they can't meet the minimum income requirement for the one-year extension. Phuket Immigration Office Deputy Chief Lieutenant Colonel Duong Tongchin told the Phuket News today that they can accept those applications, but they can't approve them if they don't satisfy the requirements for their specific country. Although he did say, quote, "I think they will have some solution before September 26, which is the final date to apply for an extension. This is my understanding," and added, "Please wait for an announcement after September 15th because immigration officials in Bangkok are talking about this issue to figure out the problem." For more, visit thephuketnews.com. The past 5 months have devastated the tourism and hospitality industry in Thailand, but now tourism officials are looking into a plan that would create a long-stay tourist visa that allows visitors to stay in Thailand for up to 9 months. 2019 was a record year for Thailand tourism, with more than 38 million arrivals, the most ever for the kingdom. And just over 17% of those arrivals were Europeans, which accounted for 24% of tourism revenue, according to officials. With the ongoing coronavirus pandemic, tourism operators and officials are now targeting this group of senior Europeans looking to escape the winter. As it stands now, the plan is to have an initial long-stay visa for 90 days, and it could be extended twice more for a total of 270 days or 9 months. Tourism and Sports Minister Pipat Ratchakitprakarn supported the proposal at a news conference attended by several ambassadors and guests from the travel industry over this past weekend in Samut Prakan, and the long-stay visa holders, if implemented, would still have to go through the COVID-19 travel requirements with mandatory 14-day quarantine, COVID-19 tests before the trip and upon landing in Thailand, in addition to relevant health documents and insurance requirements. The proposed long-stay visa was explained by Dr. Boon Vanasi, the head of Thailand's largest private hospital firm, Thonburi Healthcare Group PLC, who estimated that up to 50,000 Europeans would come to Thailand for medical treatment and escape the European winter if the proposal was put in place, with expectations of an economic trickle-down effect to vendors, taxis, and other businesses dependent on tourists, although this all still has yet to become official. A plan is already in place to open Phuket up to foreign tourists on October 1st, with a mandatory charge for quarantine and a gamut of requirements, although it's still under consideration by officials in Bangkok. Phuket's Tourist Association President Bumikiti says that last year, foreign visitors accounted for more than 66% of all tourists and made up of 90% of Phuket's tourism revenue. For more, visit thephuketnews.com. A man impersonating a monk and 3 other people were arrested on Saturday after they were caught soliciting donations in front of the main super cheap store on Tepkasatri Road in Rasada. The 4 were arrested after complaints from the public had reached Phuket Governor Narong Muncheo. All 4 were arrested. One of them was still dressed as a monk when they were arrested on Saturday at a super cheap store in Rasada. All 4 were taken to the temple shown on the suspected monk's certificate, Wat Mongkol Nimit, on Dibuk Road in Phuket town, where the lead monk there, the abbot, he questioned the suspect known as Mr. Bunlong. The head monk of Wat Mongkol Nimit, Prakru Metapiron, asked Mr. Bunlong to pray, but he couldn't do it, and only then did he confess that his monk certification was fake, and did it just to ask money for donations. All were charged for their role in the deception. Heavy rain is being forecast across Phuket and other Andaman Coast provinces from now until this Friday, September 4th. The Thai Meteorological Department forecasts scattered showers with heavy rains expected to cover up to 60% of areas during this coming week, with southwesterly winds set to reach up to 15 to 30 kilometers per hour and waves to reach up to 2 meters in thunder shower areas. Stay up to date with the story at thephuketnews.com. And that's it for Phuket Extra today, brought to you by PVCPhuket.com. For safe, secure, and soundproof windows, visit PVCPhuket.com. We'll be back tomorrow. Until then, happy birthday, Monica.